Let's talk Tobago.
Bet I got you right. You were expecting to see Davia Chambers, but it's me, Avian Parks. Today we're at Seclusion Villa, located in the urban community of Crown Point, and we're bringing you updates of all the happenings that took place in Tobago over the last week. Stay tuned. In the headlines, water management project launched in Charlottesville. Dwight York Stadium hosts CONCACAF Nations League. And Tobago hosts the Down Syndrome Day Conference 2023.
When the quarantine thing done and everybody touch road, a brown skin. Girl, I wanna wrap you up, lift up your head and hold it up high.
Water is life, and in this next story, we tell you about a water management project that was recently launched in the eastern village of Charlottesville by Eric. Residents are excited as it has the potential to significantly change their lives.
Charlottesville is the chosen community for the water and wastewater management project. This pilot program is spearheaded by the Environmental Research Institute of Charlottesville, ERIC, and GEF Crew Plus. The project runs from March to September 2023. It features activities to increase the availability of clean water and reduce fresh and seawater pollution.
We are attacking the problems on the household level and create benefits for people directly. So for example, we will deliver additional water tanks to people. People will get water-saving shower heads. People will get tips on how to conserve water and how to reduce pollution. We will also fix and pump sewer, and that will be done for almost everybody in the community. So there is a direct benefit for the community, but also we can learn whether these approaches can work on other islands.
Well, I think the initiative is a very good one. For so many years we would have been plugging for something like this. At present we don't have the type of water system that we need. But I have learned to live with what is there. However, if what is there can be improved, I'd be happy.
I believe that this project is a great initiative for my hometown, Charlottesville, and I believe that it would assist many persons in the community in getting access to water and also being able to store their water.
Water is a basic human right. Let's start there. It is a basic human right. And as much as it's a basic human right, it's also a basic human responsibility. Because while you have a right to have access to water, you have a responsibility to protect our aquifers, to ensure that your runoffs are safely handled, and to ensure we protect what we have going on in our beautiful bay there.
I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Staying at Seclusion Villa is like a home away from home, especially if you're sitting in this beautifully decorated living room. And talking about home, our next story is from the Division of Settlements, where we tell you about their low-cost housing project, the Home Project. So listen up as we bring you more details.
The layout of the house is like 2 bedrooms, a toilet, the room, kitchen. The size is like 11 by 10, bathroom like normal concept, double living room, full dining room here. I say completion of this building, so we have about 2 weeks then max. We're doing a platter on the outside, the inside is a fire rating board, gypsum ceiling, right? And normal tiles and stuff on the ground.
If you're a football lover, you'll love this next story, as the Trinidad and Tobago Soca Warriors chose the Dwight York Stadium for their qualifying match in the CONCACAF Nations League. We missed out, but in Tobago, we had a blast. So take in the highlights.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good afternoon. And we're gathered here for the game of your life. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I want to see you put your flags up in the air right now.
I find it keep getting we don't come out and support. I feel proud. I mean, I would like what you get in weight so we can go through. But I still feel proud that you guys come on, you know. Because it was real fight. It was real fight. I feel to be at the game in Tobago.
I feel like I win the lotto today. I won all. I'll still accept that as a victory.
I said win or lose, I am a fighter. I'm a soca warrior. I got to shine the nationality fighter. We will attack, we will defend. We will to pressure them to the very end. Under the opposition that we need. Hear me now, we go defeat them by defeat.
Well, I must say, win, lose or draw, I am a diehard supporter. Trinidad, we have Twinbago, and I am Twinbago, and I will always be. Even though we draw, we are fighters, we can reach there somehow, we will get there again. There is always time to recover.
Well, I had a lot of fun in this area here, which is the Jane Monkey section. We had a lot of fun, money well spent. We had performances, we had dancers, we had a nice little rhythm section. We had a vibe, we had a time, yes. Win, lose or draw, you know, pride is pride. We love what we love. I mean, we love the boys regardless. We do tonight and we gotta take that. But next time, I think we may come out victorious.
Normally, Tobago don't get anything. The event is always good. We're happy to have a game played in the Dwight York Stadium. The result is not what we wanted, but at the end of the day, it's all about Trinidad and Tobago. It's all about the sport. It's all about the people.
Almighty God, I lead me. Hear me now. Anytime you see me in me uniform, to get the victories and also I'm a soul.
We take a short break, but when we return, we tell you about a much more than socks initiative. Let's Talk Tobago. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Seclusion Villas and Conference Center is conveniently located in close proximity to the island's popular attractions and nightlife, such as the A&R Robinson International Airport and Storby Beach, as well as the Nylon Pool Tours. Seclusion is perfectly suited for your team building sessions, business retreats, corporate events, conferences, weddings, vacation for up to 18 guests or 30 guests for executive conferencing. Each villa sleeps up to 9 guests, has 5 baths, 4 bedrooms, equipped with kitchen and modern appliances and high-speed Wi-Fi internet, while the conference center is outfitted with all equipment for video conferencing. Don't miss Let's Talk Tobago. Here's our schedule. Tobago Channel 5, Saturdays 6 p.m. Rebroadcast Sundays 8 p.m. Tobago Updates, Mondays to Fridays 6:30 a.m. M&D TV, Mondays 9 a.m. and Wednesdays 9 p.m. And Gael TV, Mondays and Wednesdays 11 a.m.
Come on and let's talk Tobago.
This simple but chic staircase takes you upstairs to the bedrooms of this beautiful seclusion villa. Our next story is about socks, and Tobago took part in the World Down Syndrome Day celebrations. The need for awareness and sensitization still is very important. So listen up as we tell you what Tobago did for World Down Syndrome Day.
Every day is a waterfall, and suddenly it's hard to breathe. Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. What does it mean to have Down syndrome? It means to respect your ability. I know I need to work a little bit harder for certain things. It also means to not allow people to bully you and to bully others with disability. I just started high school this year in grade 9. I love it.
They have to be taught to make their own decision. And we cannot effectively allow them to do that if we continue in our wisdom to treat them as special, as incapable of doing anything, segregating them from birth, and thinking that we are doing the best by protecting them and keeping them dependent on us.
In the Tobago House of Assembly, our policy is to be as inclusive as we possibly can. I wanted all of us to think about what we do every day that prevents someone from being who is disabled and prevents that person from functioning in society because of what we did or what we didn't do. The Tobago House of Assembly, and coincidentally, we actually had a conversation in Executive Council last week, or maybe the week before, or maybe it was the week before that, where we actively agreed to include within our working space primarily individuals with whatever kind of disability, and include them within our working spaces within the Tobago House of Assembly.
Mom, all women are beautiful. That's what I said one day to my mom, and she turned and said, "You were so right." Then she asked me if I liked to model, and I said yes. We were giving tickets to a runway show. As I watched it, I knew I wanted to be a model too. Shortly afterwards,
Easter is around the corner, and in Tobago, as usual, there is absolutely no shortage of fun activities. In this next story, we tell you about an Easter netball camp. Here's more.
She's a player turned coach with an unshakable passion for netball. And Kyla Keith Wilson is giving back through an Easter netball camp. So if you're a parent looking for a wholesome activity for your child during the Easter vacation, netball is a great option.
In Scarborough Sec is where that passion really grew, you know, coming into contact with Ruthlyn Antoine, our PE teacher, you know, and it just blossomed into a love, a desire, a passion, where I would have tried out for national under 16s and so wasn't successful, but, you know, was determined that netball will be given an opportunity to be seen. Unfortunately, I got injured, so that changed from being a player to administration, and administration alone was not cutting it for me. The name of my academy is Knickers Netball Academy. We have been in existence for about 3-4 years now. Well, of course, we had COVID, so we were not able to play any netball. So I used that period to do more certifications, qualifying myself. The camp runs from the 3rd to the 6th of April, from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's $300 per person. You are equipped with a T-shirt. You have breakfast on morning. You will be supplied your hydration and so during the day. And on the final day, as I said, it would be a grand day where we have lots of games, fun activities, and treats and so for the kids. Their children more exposed to being physically active. So this is my plea to Tobagonians. Come out, have your girls involved in the sport, have them registered, get them registered as soon as possible, and let us build the sport of netball.
I've loved netball since Standard 1 because I don't know, it just bring out a light in me, and it helped me with academics too, because I wasn't that well doing in school, but as netball come, encouraged me more to be like, I want to be somewhere, I want to do something.
During this Easter camp, I'm looking forward to learning how to play netball better, how to grow as a netballer, and have fun at the same time.
I would like to develop new skills and techniques, and also to increase my personal growth, and also to meet new friends and form bonds.
I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
And that's a wrap for us here at Let's Talk Tobago for yet another week. If you need more information on Seclusion Villas and Conference Center, contact them at 689-6872 or their social media handles at Instagram and Facebook at Seclusion Villa. On behalf of the Department of Information, thank you for viewing another episode of Let's Talk Tobago. See you again, same time, same place. Bye.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Running away from your problems only increases the distance from the solution. The easiest way to escape a problem is to solve it. Good morning and welcome to Youth Wednesdays on the Tobago Updates Morning Show, your favorite youth show on Wednesdays in Tobago. We are live here in Portmore, Scarborough, and we are glad to have you join us here this morning. This morning, my name is Dwayne Nurse, your favorite youth host.
Good morning, Tobago. This is KLU Lewis. And you know what, just doing some with our other youth host, Mr. Luke James Trim. He'll be joining us shortly.
Yes.
Good morning again, Dwayne. How are you doing this morning?
I'm quite fine. And how are you this morning?
I'm okay, getting there.
Off to a little bit of a rough start this morning, but obviously would not stop us or stop youths, from, being progressive and taking the show to a whole new level this morning. So we are happy to have you guys here this morning. I just want to shout out some of the viewers on the live. Let's go over to the live quickly.
But Dwayne, it's also Easter week. We have Easter coming up very, very soon. What are your thoughts on some of the things that are happening? Maybe for next week, we have Easter Tuesday,
right.
The Buko Goat and Crab Race is happening. And we've seen recently that they want to charge the media. So you're going to have to pay to do photography as well as videography. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I want to assume that the only reason why they want to charge the media is probably because they don't have any money. But I think media and airing of these events ought to be free, which is traditional in the whole media space. But I'm not an expert in that area, so that is just my opinion. Right.
Okay, noted.
All right, so we want to go over to news in 90 seconds with Katie Lewis.
Thank you, Dwayne, and here is your news in 90 seconds for Wednesday, 5th April 2023. Following a quorum of several hundred people, Chief Secretary Farley Augustine accepted the leadership role among 5 people in facilitating the formation of a new political party. The meeting took place at the Shaw Park Cultural Complex, where many former members of the PDP gathered to discuss the way forward. Augustine said that the new party will not be a replica of any other party which has existed in Tobago. Instead, it will slowly develop its identity and constitution based on a democratic process. The party name and symbol will be voted on at a subsequent meeting on April 17th. And locally, political leader of the Unity of the People, Nkosi Phillips,
called on the media to boycott coverage of the Buku goat and crab races. A notice went out to the media informing them that photographers must pay an accreditation fee of $1,500, while videographers must pay $6,500. According to Phillips, the Buku Village Council always had a policy of free access to the media for coverage of Tobago's most popular events. Further, Phillips called on the THA to withhold funding for the goat and crab races until the Buku Village Council can account for how previous subventions were spent. And nationally, St. Augustine MP Khadija Amin called on the government to address the increase in cases of school violence. She added there is an upsurge in school dropouts, which is also raising concerns. According to Amin, the government must be held accountable for the recent developments because they have a responsibility to ensure that schools are safe environments for students to learn and grow, including implementing policies and practices that promote a culture of nonviolence and respect. She said the government failed to provide enough guidance officers and social workers in schools while teachers are underpaid. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
All right. Thank you very much, Kaylee. And we want to welcome Luke this morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great today, and I just want to say good morning to Tobago, good morning to everyone joining us here on the Youth Wednesday show. You know, it's always a vibe here when all three of us are gathered here in the studio. So I want to thank you all. Thank you all so much for joining us, and thank you for choosing Tobago Update to start your morning on the right note. Now, you know, it's usual I have to give them the rundown, Dwayne and Kaylee. So, kickstarting our interviews this morning, we have LCG Delights. Then they will be followed by Crowd Control, the event. Then we will be discussing the newest political party, and more specifically the lunch. We'll be bringing on Miss Natasha Second, and then we will be closing things off with Twinbago Auto Fest. So viewers, we have a very interesting, exciting, and packed segment for you this morning. At this moment, we'll be heading over to Tobago in Focus.
Designing solutions to preserve Tobago's coastline. The Coastal Zone Management Unit has earmarked several sites to action, including Buku Bay, Sandy Point, Swallows, Pigeon Point, and Kendall Bay. Manager of the Engineering Unit of the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development, Atiba Martin, explained, though in the infancy stage, the department is resolute in its plans to save Tobago's coastline.
We recently, last week, received the inception report from Smith Warner International, where the consultants looking into the upgrade of the Milford Bay Pigeon Point rehabilitation, all that, you know, coastal erosion issues that they have down there. And just briefly, it's still in the infancy stages, but briefly I could say that one of the findings coming out of that study was that a lot of the infrastructure that we put there were poorly done, or they're not suitable. So some of the choices that we made, yes.
However, Mr. Martin revealed some short-term plans the unit has embarked on to stabilize the beachfront.
Part of the intervention going forward is to do some beach vegetations, a little thing called a vegetated sand dune to help boost the sand stock that we have down there that we currently losing. But definitely, a lot of the problems were encountered because, you know, the infrastructure was poor, and I'm talking about the breakwaters and the groins and what have you, were poorly selected. So we have some improvements to make there.
Mr. Martin admitted that a number of current stabilization structures have outlived its design life, which typically lasts 50 years and is due for replacement. The Coastal Zone Management Unit was formed in March 2018 and is responsible for conducting coastal zone risk assessment with a view to providing updated qualitative and quantitative data on risk in the coastal zone of Tobago.
welcome back here to the Youth Wednesday show. Now, there's a quote that says, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food." And this morning, we will be taking a nutritious angle as we bring on owners of LCG Delights. So, a special morning to you all, and how are you doing?
Yeah, good man.
Okay, so I'd like you all to introduce yourselves, starting with you. Introduce yourselves to Tobago. Tell us about who you are and what does this business mean to you.
Okay, so my name is Mrs. Anisha Hislop James, and I'm one of the co-founders of LCG Delights. This business means a lot to me because it basically kind of comes from certain experiences that I would have had in terms of trying to make diet change and that kind of thing, and trying to move to a healthier lifestyle.
My name is Larry James. I'm actually founder of LCG Delights. This business means a lot to me. Based on what my wife said, a lot of experiences I would have faced in life, in a form of bringing health to the entire world. And our aim is to provide the opportunity to let people eat more healthy, have a more healthy lifestyle, and they can live longer.
Okay, understood. Mr. James, so tell us more about your story. What would have led to you having to choose a more healthy diet in life?
Well, first, before it actually came to that healthy lifestyle, it was more of a hustle. You know, my aunt would have taught me the art to create this product. So I used to hustle the mixed nuts, right? And she said, Larry, as a young man, you have to be able to provide. So I started making the mixed nuts. And then I would have ventured into education, where I used to work before. And I was known as the man called Selwyn, always selling everything. You know? And it's after when I realized of the actual health benefits of these things, the dried tomatoes, the pumpkin seeds, the sunflower seeds, the almonds, I started researching. You know, so I started to add more stuff to bring about that healthiness, because a lot of people do not want to eat snacks and these kind of things. They prefer a more healthy snack. Right? So it started off as a healthy snack. Right? Because a lot of people do not, you know, like the preservative stuff.
Yes.
Right? Also, my wife would have, my girlfriend at the time, you know, she came on board, right? And she started to do some very wonderful stuff with the tea bags and also with the dry provisions. Right? You wouldn't believe that these things started in an oven.
Yep.
So we experimented, and this is the final product of LCG Delights, and there's much more to come.
Okay, I love that story, that little love story that our viewers got there in between. So, Mrs. James, what can someone expect from LCG Delights? Tell us what we're seeing here on the table this morning.
All right, so we have three main categories of products. So obviously we started off with the mixed nuts, which is a snack. We also have local teas, and we have provision flour, which we have branded as provision meal, because it's more than just flour. You could use it to make porridge, pancakes, flatbreads. You could add it to your dumplings, right? So it's more than just a flour, it's a meal. All right. So these teas, we try to use some of the local herbs that we have. Some of the unique tea flavors that we have are sorrel bay leaf, we have sorrel ginger. I know a lot of Tobagonians probably would know about Greater Wood tea, but the international community would know it as lantana tea. So we also have that. We have turmeric flavors as well. We have like fever grass ginger, fever grass bay leaf. We also have a very unique blend that was inspired by a chocolate maker here in Tobago, Tobago Chocolate Delights. He inspired me to use the shells of the roasted cocoa beans to make tea. So it's like chocolate tea in a teacup, literally. Cocoa shell bay leaf is the name of it.
Wow, that sounds so innovative. It sounds interesting. And Mr. James, it now brings us to question, what benefits can someone get from adding your products to their diets? What are the benefits that your products can give to them?
Well, most of the benefits is probably mainly in terms of one, having a healthy lifestyle, which is fundamental to one's life. right? Also, it based on people's ailments. Sometimes some person might be having low blood. Some people might suffer from pressure. Some people have diabetes. So it actually, when you look at the health benefits of some of these products, it actually helps to create a balance. So it's more of creating a balance in your healthy lifestyle.
Okay, good. And these products, they are looking good. I'm sure they taste good. So people would like to know, how can they reach out to you, or what are the contact numbers, where you are located, is delivery available? Give us the full rundown.
All right. So we are on almost every social media platform. We're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Our number is 396-1638 or 287-2704. We also have a YouTube channel that you can follow and subscribe, where we actually use the provision meals to show you how to make different meals out of them. All right, so there's a video on how to use it to make pancakes, waffles, and that kind of thing. And, you know, every month we try to release another video, a how-to video. All right, we are located at the Signal Hill Micro Enterprise Center. All right, we are open on evenings from about 4:30 to about 6:30 thereabouts. And we also have an online store at shopkareeb.com, and we ship worldwide. Yeah, we ship worldwide, and we also do local delivery. We also ship to Trinidad as well.
Wow, proper thing for your money. Mr. James and Mrs. James, at this moment, is there anyone you would like to thank that would have supported you throughout your journey, that would have, you know, started from scratch, supported you all when you all were just in the oven to now?
Well, let me see. I want to thank my mom, because in terms of the teas, she used to do like moringa powder, and I kind of showed her, you know, you could make tea bags with it, but eventually, you know, she didn't take me on that. She said, listen, you know what, this is your thing, you do your thing. So she was very inspirational in pushing me in the direction of doing the teas. Let me see. There are certain organizations that would have given us a lot of support. So like BDU, for example, they give us a lot of support, We've been to so many different training programs. We have Export TT as well. We've been through about 2 training programs to get the products, some of the products export ready. Family members, because they are the ones who kind of taste tested stuff and gave feedback. So I want to thank them most of all, and obviously God, Almighty God.
Mr. James, anyone on your list?
Yes, well, first I would like to thank my aunt in Trinidad, who would have actually bring out the whole idea of making nuts. Also, I want to thank my uncle, who would have came up with the initials, LCG. Also, I would like to thank my mother especially. As a chef, she was the one that was able to teach me the maths. To every product, there's a maths. And she was able to teach me the maths of creating a product, creating the complexity, let's call it, the combinations, so that when people look at your product, you will draw them to purchase more. And also, those are the 3 main persons that would have contributed of LCG a part in my life.
Okay, great. So, Mr. and Mrs. James, I want to thank you both for joining us here on Tobago. This interview was very nutritious in its own. It was very interesting, and I really hope you all keep up the good work, because you all seem to be doing really, really great. So thank you once again, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. So viewers, that was LCG Delights. So if you're looking for that little nutritional addition to your diet, you can check them out. So don't go anywhere yet. We'll be going straight into our next interview. So remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Tobago, come let we go, come till you know, come find your soul in sweet Tobago, come let we go,
is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Live more.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. If sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry. If times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, Tobago, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates Youth Morning Show. In our society as young persons, we constantly hear talks of unemployment being an issue that is plaguing us. And we're oftentimes encouraged to engage in things like entrepreneurship to create opportunities for ourselves. This morning, we have on set with us Mr. Joshua Philbert, and he's a young entrepreneur, and he's also a promoter. Good morning, Joshua.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine.
Okay, Joshua, so we can start off the interview by you telling the viewers a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, hi, good morning. My name is Joshua Philbert. I attended Trinity College, Mocha. I'm currently a promoter, also have a printing company located in the Port Mall, Identity Printing Services. My promotional company, the name of it is Team Control. We started back when I was in university. I was studying marine engineering in Chaguaramas UTT campus. The first event started in 2018. We hosted it in Chaguaramas in the Military Museum. And then we went on to having a boat ride in Trinidad also. That was on the Island Royalty vessel, a catamaran. And then I migrated to Tobago, opened my printing business in Tobago. Then from opening my printing business, I relaunched my promotional company in the Tobago space for Tobago Carnival, where we had an event on the Harbour Master named Crowd Control also. And right after that, we had an event called Crowd Control Cool Down. That was a week after the boat ride for Tobago Carnival, which was also successful. On December the 26th, Boxing Night, we had an event in Martino's mansion called Deja Vu. And right now we have our biggest event yet, which is coming up this Saturday morning. The name of it is Crowd Control Revel in Colors. We have two international artists, Stork Ashley from Jamaica and Byron Messiah from St. Kitts and Nevis. Both of them charting over 70 million views on YouTube. Stork Ashley is supposed to come in today actually. So we will have some video content for you guys coming out probably tonight, tomorrow morning to show you all that. We have an event tonight also in Trinidad, in Ibiza. That's Stork Ashley's welcome party. So yeah, y'all could stay tuned for all our events, and y'all can follow us on Team Control on Instagram and Team Control on Facebook.
Okay, Joshua, before we talk a little bit more about the party, you mentioned that you were studying marine engineering. What was that experience like, shifting from that to now being an entrepreneur and a promoter as well?
Well, in university, I actually realized that entrepreneurship is my calling. I was studying marine engineering because I was looking to go into the Coast Guard. And within doing marine engineering, I learned a couple trades. So in the program now, you would have courses. And one of the courses were welding and fabrication. And I studied that. And I said, how can I make money from welding and fabrication? So I said, you know what? I'm going to build barbecue pits. I'm going to rent barbecue pits. I'm going to sell barbecue pits. And then I realized, doing all of this now, I could even make more money if I actually throw barbecues. So I decided, okay, I'm going to throw barbecues. And then I saw a 19-year-old throw an event, and it was really big. So I say, well, if this person could do it, why can't I? And I said, you know what, I'm going to throw barbecues, which I learned to do in university. I'm going to throw barbecues, and then I'm going to use that capital to fund my promotion. And I'm going to throw an event. And then from there, that's where everything just happened.
Okay, definitely a calling, because that is quite an interesting strategy. So what can patrons expect on Saturday morning at the crowd control event?
Patrons can expect a very, very good event on Saturday morning. We have a really good event coming up. You all can expect two big artists, big Sabolius names from St. Kitts and Nevis, Jamaica. We have Trinidad Killer also in the mix. We have big Trinidad DJs, big Tobago DJs. It's going to be a jam-packed festival for you all.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. And what has the response been like since tickets were released and all of that?
The response has been excellent. It's actually been overwhelming because I've been busy. My phone has been ringing off the hook. I have two phones. I had to get a third phone because it's just calls like that. And it's just been really good knowing that from university, this all started, and now we're here on the big stage with two international artists. It's crazy, you know?
Okay, wonderful. And in terms of ticket sales or tickets themselves, do you have online tickets? Is it just physical tickets?
Right. So we have online tickets and we have physical tickets. So you could always check out the Instagram page and you'll get all the information for all those stuff.
Okay, so you mentioned two of the big artists who would be there. Do you have any other artists, any probably famous DJs within the Tobago space?
Right. Talking about other artists, what we decided to do was do a 40 culture segment. That's where we allow Tobago artists, upcoming Tobagonians, to get a chance to grace the stage with the other big international artists. So we actually launched a poll, like some weeks back, where we allow the public to vote on which artists they would like to see in the event locally. And we allow 40 spots. 40 spots now, 4 spots, sorry. And, well, the 4 spots went to calling the people and them singing them, right? So, Akman, Arthur Music, Kiddo Official, and a young lady named Fatty Bling.
Okay.
Yes. So, those are the 4 artists that would be locally performing in our event. Because we actually believe in uplifting Tobago. Even though I migrated to Tobago, I actually believe in giving each Tobagonian a chance to showcase their talent, because they gave me a chance to showcase my promotional talent.
Okay, wonderful. I really, really love that strategy. And in terms of contact information and social media, you could just give the viewers a little information regarding that.
Okay, so, well, you all can contact us on Facebook at Team Control, on Instagram at Team Control, and you can also contact us on 308-4093 or 284-3621.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Joshua. And just to tell the viewers a little bit as well about the demographic, because we spoke a lot about the artists and that kind of thing. So I guess, you know, from the time person say a particular name, they would associate with their demographic. But you could just tell us a little bit about who you expect to be at the party, the type of persons, your target market.
Okay, so we expect anyone from 18 to 35. That's really our target audience, 18 to 35.
Okay, great. Well, Joshua, thank you so much for chatting with us this morning. Is there anybody who you'd like to thank for the success of your company?
I would like to thank God. You know? Yeah, I would like to thank God.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I like to thank God.
All right, and can we see anything coming up in the future for
Yeah, definitely.
Team Control?
Definitely. We have an event coming up for summer, and an event coming up for Tobago Carnival. We also doing some other stuff for Tobago Carnival. Y'all will see that soon. But the event for summer, most likely that will be in Trinidad at Five Islands Amusement Park.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Joshua, thank you again so much for coming and chatting with us this morning. Viewers, please remember to head over to the Crowd Control page on Instagram. You can contact Joshua for tickets. The event will be held on Saturday. The location?
The location is at Food Hub Car Park. That's opposite Shore Park, Saturday morning, 3 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Okay. So you have all the information there, viewers. We're going to go to a short break. Please remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
October will never be better with Tobago Carnival fever. Okay, passage and come on over.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Tobago, here's the real deal. Nothing sweeter than when your internet fast all day, every day. I telling you, it's real nice when your home internet and TV package fit your budget. Well, if that's what you want, you're safe with Digicel Plus. Sign up or switch to Digicel Plus now and pay $0 for 1 month. Plus, plans start as low as $199 and you get installed for free. Visit digiceltt.com or a Digicel store now.
Tapicom. Welcome to the future. The only card you will need in a new world. Digital business cards. Safe, hassle-free. The future is here. Tapicom. New generation digital transfer. Digital time clock cards. Digital attendance cards. Air tags. Customized designs. Digital clothing tags. Digital pet tags. Tapicom. The future is here. Contact us today.
Welcome to L'Image Parfait Day Spa, your urban oasis and wellness center. Our services includes massages, treatments, facials, pedicures, weight management, detox programs, and much more. Call us today at 624-1452 or 720-7474. Trinidad locations and Bonacord, Tobago at 273-7772. Let us treat you like the VIP you are.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Good morning, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates Youth Morning Show. Now, viewers, a lot has been happening in our political space within the past year, and the highly anticipated formation of a new party occurred yesterday. And on set this morning, we have none other than Miss Natasha Ann Second, past teacher, past VP, someone that we all love. So, Miss Second, a special morning to you this morning, and how are you doing?
Good morning to you, good morning to our viewing and listening public. I'm doing very well, and I hope the same for Tobago.
Okay, great. So, Ms. Second, yesterday we all would have saw the launch of the new party, and we just want to ask, what was your role in the formation of this process?
Well, I was one of the leads in terms of preparing for this preparation for our launch. We initially started with a request by the general public for a party. for us to organize ourselves, have a particular political leader. We had one in mind. We approached him, and then I became the head of the steering committee to bring about what happened yesterday.
Okay, understood, Ms. Second. And, you know, you all started as the PDP, and then we would have saw the whole rift in between. And members of the public would have suggested, you know, they would have took the marriage angle between Mr. Augustine and Mr. Duke, and probably hope that one day they would have made up. But as the public, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. So what would have actually led to you all have to make the decision, okay, listen, this can't work, we have to make our own party?
Well, basically the constant abuse ended any kind of possibility for reconciliation. It was too extreme. The ownership of the party was an individual one. And we wanted our own party. We want financial independence. The people want to own their party. We are tired of having political leaders own the name, own the symbol, etc. And when we're all united and we work hard and we achieve, you want to block up the thing and take your symbol and your name and go about your business. So we were tired of that, and we want to have a ground-up, bottoms-up approach to creating our party.
Right, and I'm sorry you all had to go through that, but it's good that you all are now taking that new direction to, you know, dealing with the Tobago people's business. I'm not sure if I'm privy to ask, but what can the people of Tobago expect from this new party that, you know, the old one wasn't able to satisfy?
Our mission yesterday was called a call to order. So the idea is for us to pursue autonomy and the absolute liberation of the Tobagonian, financial, emotional, educational, everything. We want to liberate people. We want people to be able to think critically, to solve our own problems. We want to be able to move towards autonomy. Therefore, our call to order is not just the persons who belonged to the PDP at that point in time, it's to all of Tobago. So our mission is to go out there and encourage all persons to level up or upgrade all of our skills, all of our ambitions put together to pursue autonomy.
Okay, a call to order. I like that. It's giving movie title, you know, something you sit down and watch. I love that, a call to order. And yesterday, you know, I have to touch on this. We would have seen that the media was, quote unquote, not allowed to enter the premises. Was there any specific reason for that?
Well, it did enter for certain parts of the convention. We had some confidential, strategic discussions that had to take place. So everybody who went inside the room for those sections had to be registered. You have to be formally registered so that your voice would be counted with any voting or any decisions that we had to take, because a ground-up policy means that everybody, grassroots, academia, everyone gets the opportunity to voice their concern, to express themselves, and to have a true presence at the table. So the media was allowed in the first session that involved us giving thanks and praise and worship, and at the end, when we were closing off, when our political leader, in terms of the interim status that we have afforded him, would have spoken and addressed us as a group.
Okay, great, understood. And the question now is, what's the hold up? Because I think everyone was excited to see if we're going to see the jerseys, if we're going to see the symbol, if we're going to see the color and the names and all of that. But we didn't see much of that happening yesterday, or that being disseminated to the public. So when can we expect to get all this information?
All right. So those are very important elements of a party, but they're not the only elements of a party. So what we learned as soon as we began our discussion yesterday was that it's going to be an iterative process, which means we're going to have to keep repeating and repeating our processes and our conversations until we get it perfectly right. Democracy means that more people have to have a say. So different groups of persons would have had the opportunity to go through and to suggest names and symbols, etc. But we also had to lay a foundation for the party that is going to run with the name and the symbol, etc. So we're doing the two things at the same time. So all of the people came together yesterday, and we discussed all of the different processes that got us to that point. People made additional suggestions of names and symbols, etc. And so it was decided then by the convention, because they were legitimate, based on where we are, the stage we are at in our party. it was legitimate. Once you registered, you were part of that group, your voice mattered, you could change direction of the meeting. And because of how it was going, the decision was taken that we would have a smaller committee separated from the crowd, and they would look at the new suggestions. And on the 17th of April, we all returned. That's the first day of school. That is to show the level of commitment of the people. They're ready to leave Monday morning, Monday evening, anytime, to come together. And we will have our decision on that day.
Okay, Ms. Second, and I love how you touched on the readiness of the people, but I have to ask, in terms of the party, are you all ready? And when I mean ready for Mr. Duke, because besides his recalcitrant personality, his outburst, he was the guy that at the end of the day, with the help of, Mr. Augustine and others, he would have taken down the 21-year-led administration. And I think based on his behaviors we have seen, I don't think he's going to take the formation of this new party lightly. So he's going to do what he does best and try to take it down. So are you all ready for that?
No, I want to be honest in my appraisal of Mr. Duke. We were students together around the same time in Roxville. So I root for him. I like him as a person. And I believe that his momentum was important and instrumental in the victory, in the 21-year victory over the PNM. And the struggle before that for many of us was real and long. So we do appreciate his contribution. And I think that that was his time and it was appointed to him. And he should have that. I think he should also recognize season. And this is no longer his season. The people came together yesterday. So we have a party because we have people. We don't have to bash him, mash him up, crush him, and destroy him or anything. He may choose to do that himself. But it is not a consideration at all to us because our numbers are what win elections.
Okay, understood, Ms. Second. And wrapping up, is there anything else you would like to add?
Yes, our overall philosophy, and we want to engage everybody. Once you are 15 years and older, you can bring something to the table, and we want you to register to be part of this new entity that we are creating, our party. We want everybody to get involved. Our ultimate goal is the upliftment of every Tobagonian. Elections are very difficult and challenging experiences, and you have a lot of hurt left over from it. So one of the things that we have challenged ourselves to do immediately is start the process of healing. So everyone can come, our doors are open, whatever political organization you belong to before, whatever, if you are Nowherean, this is the space for you. Let us all together work towards achieving our autonomy and being ready for it, getting ourselves ready for autonomy.
All right, Ms. Second, thank you. Your confidence, you were very, very, eloquent with the delivery, and I really appreciate that. And, it's good to see you thriving, seeing you from school to here now. I appreciate that. And I really hope that you continue the good work, you keep strong, you keep, slaying dragons as you do, Ms. Second. So thank you once again for joining us here on Tobago Update. So viewers, that was Ms. Natasha Ann Second with the call to order the formation of the new party. So at this point, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back after the commercial. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
So we stop. Lyrics them a fire, and lyrics them a shot. We are good, the MC winner. Round about we are the shot. We a go the MC, we no round about. We are the hottest thing about ya. The on top, everybody know what just so we stop. Sure, lyrics them a fire, and lyrics them a shot. We a go the MC, we no round about. We are the hottest thing about ya. The on top, everybody know what just so we stop. Sure, them a fight, them a fight, them a fight, them a
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning.
We're back, viewers, and it's always a surprise here on Tobago Updates, because when you think we're done, we're just getting the conversation started. So I'm here again with Miss Natasha and Second as we continue the conversations with the launch of the new party. So Miss Second, we're back on track. The finances, I think people would have asked why spend $300 and something on a jersey and the registration fee and so on. Explain to us more what that was about.
Right. So the principle behind it is our party needs to be financially independent and not beholden to any business tycoons or so. Because the more you have that kind of influence in your political party, the greater is the power distance with every man, with the regular man. So I set that particular standard. I had a high expectation that people would actually pay if they knew what they were paying for.
Yes.
So I set a high standard. $325 was the fee at the time. Part of it was to go towards the convention, part towards your party formation, etc., and your T-shirt and so on. People said, but grassroots people can't pay this money. They paid. And part of my presentation, that was part that the media wasn't really privy to, was to explain the purpose of it. I was able to demonstrate that together we pooled the money and we were able to pay for our venue, pay for our DJ sound system, pay for our catering, etc. And all of it was fully paid for at the end of the night by the people. So we left the situation with no debts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah, this is the general way we intend to model the kind of improvements that we want. We want our grassroots people, because people say our party is a grassroots party, the base is grassroots. We want them to level up and to, at the end of the 4-year period that we have been granted to lead, we want them to uplift and to be able to afford not just a $325 for themselves, but for auntie and cousin and so on. We want them to improve.
Want them to improve. Okay,
Yeah.
I love that improvements you would have touched on. But putting so much responsibility on the people, because politics is a thing where people will describe it as the office you are sitting is not really yours, it belongs to the people, because they decide, who sits in it. Is just up to to rent and lease it for 4 years with an option for renewal. And the putting so much responsibility on the people, do you think, or do you believe that at some point it's gonna be a con? Because if they have to take back all their support, what is gonna happen if you all have nothing to fall back on?
And this is why we share responsibility from the onset, and we have high expectations of everybody. The mandate wasn't just for persons who are in official office. The mandate was for that entire convention. We are all collectively responsible for our own improvement, to hunt down and find out what is available for me to improve. Go to the business development unit and find out how I can apply for a grant. What kind of grant could I use? What kind of business can I open, or how can I improve my business? What can I do to improve myself? How can I solve my problems? So if we all have a say, we are paid up in terms of, I pay $10 a month for my dues as a member of this political party. I have the right to speak for X number of minutes. I can't overdo my time. Everybody has to talk. I can contribute. Then you are all moving together, and you should be able to together retain your position and get another 4 years, because it's together that we're doing it.
Okay, Ms. Second, I want to thank you once again for joining us. We also going to switch over to the car park. We have a surprise for you there. So sit back, relax, and enjoy us right here on Tobago Updates.
Darren and Randall. Yeah, cool.
Welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on the Tobago Updates morning show. Yes, guys, yes, we are still here in Port Mall, Scarborough, but in the car park. This morning, we are going to be interviewing two drivers for an event that is happening very soon. And as you can see, there are four vehicles behind me, sport cars. So those of you car enthusiasts, yes, we have a BMW and the infamous GTR, Nissan GTR this morning. So this morning we have Darren Arine and Randall Mulchansing, right? Bit of a thing, committee members of the Twinbago Auto Fest. Good morning and welcome, guys.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing? All right. So just tell us about yourself and tell us about Twinbago Fest now, please.
I'm Darren. I'm a part of this team, and it's a collaborative team that is being put together for this weekend event.
Basically, what we're trying to do is set a platform. Trinidad and Tobago have a lot of talent when it comes to car customizing and stuff like that. Every year for Easter, a lot of Trinidadians come up over. I must say big up to the pioneers in this car thing from Tobago, Trinidad, men like Barry, Habib, Alim, you know, Woodsy, them fellas, them from way back when, you know. The event has grown every year, yet there's not a proper platform to display the vehicles and a show with class then, you know. So the aim is to create a proper platform to showcase the vehicles and the talent.
And indeed, that is a great initiative. But I wanted to tell the viewers more about Twinbago Auto Fest and what is the core of your operations. Is it just customizing cars? Do you do car races?
We're gonna be it's everything. We're gonna do car show, song off, drift competition. It's a family-oriented event. It's everything that we're offering for this weekend.
All right, great. But where did this all start for you guys? I mean, you seem like the baddest driver here, the baddest drifter here. You look like the sprint man, the driver.
I'm more into the song.
The song?
The song,
okay, so where did it begin for you? Let me just begin with you, Mr.
Well, like I say, it begins from coming as years. It's over 20 years we've been coming to Tobago every Easter.
Okay.
You understand? Coming to events in Tobago every Easter. And it has declined. The events has declined for some time.
And that is due to COVID?
Due to COVID, had a big fall in it, And just before COVID, the show standard wasn't the same.
Right.
You know, after certain men fall off the grid.
I understand.
So we're trying to, as I say, bring a show of standard, a platform where we can get...
But does this event have a name, you know, does it have a name, a theme, you know?
This is our first event that we're doing in Tobago.
Okay.
It's, like I said, it's a collaborative team. It's a lot of people that is behind it. It's a team effort. It's put together to create this event. So everyone brainstormed together to make sure that it's a very, very elevated event. You know, it's not the normal car show you guys are going to be coming out to see. It's not the normal sound off you guys are going to be coming out to see. The drift competition is going to be in a different aspect. You know, it's going to be taken to a different level. And this is something that people need to come out and see. You know, they put together the showcase on it, the production of it itself. It's really different.
All right. So just tell the viewers, where is this event going to be taking place?
Well, the event is at Shore Park. It's 2 days, Saturday and Sunday.
Is it at the Cultural Complex car
Correct.
park?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we actually using the entire complex. We also have an expo inside of the complex.
Oh.
Yeah, so there'll be vehicles and there'll be booths inside displaying local products, car accessories, stuff like that. You know, they also have the kids zone with the bouncy castle, popcorn, cotton candy, and so on. Kids under 10 free, so families welcome. You know, parents can bring out the kids to see some of the best.
And what if I have to come to this event? I mean, what do I have to pay? Is it free? Could I come in?
Well, we have a 1 day and a 2 day pass because, as I said, the event is both days.
Yes.
Right.
For kids under 10 is free. Adults pay. It's 100 1 day, 150 both days.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's a real cheap thing, man. I could
Yeah,
come and
it's
enjoy.
very affordable.
We have to make it affordable. Like you just said, we're coming out of COVID. You know, the economy doesn't have it, so we need to make it efficient
and that is
affordable.
That is a great consideration given the climate. You know, things are just shooting up these days, and people still need to enjoy themselves. People love cars.
Correct.
You know, and you know, it's good. So if I want to come in and, you know, drift and learn to drift and things, or offering those services, you know, for people like me?
Well, we actually want to do a demo that we would allow the public to get a ride in a vehicle and stuff like that to get the experience. You know?
Right.
Yeah, we have that.
Are we going to be seeing any drifting here this morning at all? And it burn out nothing?
Unfortunately, everybody now coming up and the guys are here. We have a lot of talent in Tobago. Everybody preparing for the event. They can make it.
You know, but where do people get their tickets? Where do people purchase tickets?
We have advanced tickets at Barcode right now. In Trinidad, we have advanced tickets by Quality Car Care, by Sunny Electricals, by Rodney Audio Shop, by Exclusive Design, and by Shah Machine Shop in Princestown. So they are ticket outlets in Trinidad and in Tobago. And on the day, it's the same set cost. You know, if you just want to beat the line for the event itself, you can purchase your tickets for advance.
All right, so let me just take a quick walk around the cars. You know, I'm very excited. You know, I think I need to go into the tour. You know, just quickly.
No problem.
All right, let me check the GTR first. So guys, this is a Nissan GTR. For those of you who might be a video gamer like myself, no longer, this is the infamous Nissan Skyline GTR. What is the horsepower on this thing?
Well, to be honest, we on pump gas is 500.
500?
Yeah.
500
pump gas.
A brake horsepower, guys. And torque?
The torque would be like 430.
And what? Ooh! Ooh! All right. And this, what size of engine is this though?
This is a RB26.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know about engines and things, but all I know is sizes. Right. But guys, so this has the twin turbo and all these kind of things?
No, this actually is single turbo, 4-wheel drive, 6-forward.
4-wheel drive. Wow. Quarter mile numbers?
Nah, I wouldn't say anything off late, but the last couple of years back, we do like 11s.
11 seconds?
With normal street tires, yeah.
Wow. This is a beauty. Oh gosh, I wish we could have turned it on and hear the engine rev and thing, you know, but let's go back to the BMW M3 M Sport. This is the competition package. But what upgrades was done to this vehicle to make it? You know?
Well, mechanically, I don't think they did any upgrades mechanically, but more on the suspension, the brakes, and the interior.
Okay. What size of engine is this? 2.8. Twin turbo. All right.
Okay.
Turbo parts. Okay. All right, so this is 2.8 liter engine. 2.0.
It's 2.8. Yeah.
2.8. Okay, great. And you're seeing the turbo, the twin turbo. Yeah. What is the horsepower on this thing? 300 to 400. Right. Okay. All right. Now we getting somewhere. All right. Let me hear that engine roar. Yeah, give me something. Yeah. All right. So guys, you must come down to the show. Just remind us when the show is again, Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. It's Saturday is the 8th of April, and it's from 2 p.m. and Sunday same thing at 2 p.m. too.
And this is a pimped out Hyundai Elantra. It's the engine change.
This is actually one of the local guys from here in Tobago.
Right.
Skin Auto Body Shop, modifiers. His name is go by. We do a little display with the airbag.
All right. And I know this has some hydraulic system in it.
It's actually air.
Yeah.
It's actually air.
All right. So let's see. So the engine size. What is the engine size on this?
This is a stock engine.
Okay.
If it comes with a 1.6.
Also, this is more like just
it's show
aspect. Right. Yeah. Aesthetics.
Not into the sport.
All right. So this has this yeah.
Okay.
Oh. So guys, what is unique about this Elantra is that it can adjust the height from the air suspension.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
So it goes up, it goes down. As you can see, it's at its lowest here.
Yes.
Look about half an inch off.
Probably an inch off the ground. Yes.
Yeah. So I think when it gets higher, it goes about 2.5 inches.
Yeah. Just give it a second. The air is building right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how long will it take? So the guy is going to demonstrate how high and how low it could get?
Yes, we will share a little demo.
All right, so guys, there you have it. We want to thank Twinbago Auto Fest for coming and doing this interview with us this morning. Please, guys, remember to support the event. Just quickly remind them where they could get their tickets, when the event is, and how much they have to pay.
All right, so tickets are in Tobago. If you're in Tobago, it's at Barcode. If you're in Trinidad, coming up, it's at Quality Car Care in DB Penal, Rodney Audio Shop in Chase Village, Sonny's Electrical in Sawa, and Shah Machine Shop in Princestown. The event is both on the 8th and 9th, Saturday 8th, Sunday 9th from 2 p.m. At the door, it's 100 per day. Car and driver is 150 per day.
All right, guys, thank you very much for coming. We do look forward to seeing you over the weekend.
Yeah,
you gave me something to do over the weekend. I was just planning to steal my sleep. But guys, there you had it.
You guys welcome to come in and take some shots, some videos.
Yes, we will. We will most likely be coming to do some interviews and so on. But guys, this brings us to the end of the Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates morning show. From Kaylee, Dwayne, and Luke, we want to thank you for joining us and giving us your support. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. We go over to Candice Jackson with Good Morning Tobago. Have a blessed day and be safe. How much time? What, 4 minutes? All right,
thank you.
All right, gentlemen.
That was a production of the Department of Information.
The layout of the house is like 2 bedrooms, a toilet, the room, kitchen. The size is like 11 by 10, washroom like normal concept, have a living room, full dining room here. I say completion of this building, so we have about 2 weeks time max. We're doing a cladding on the outside, the inside is a fire rating board, gypsum ceiling, right? And well, normal tiles and stuff on the ground.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Yeah. Hey. Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denicia. Let's go, go. It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60
Welcome to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates, your source for current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad, and the region. With the perfect conversation to complement your morning routine, I am Candace Jackson, and let's get started with the news in 90 seconds. Following a quorum of several hundred people, Chief Secretary Fali Augustine accepted the leadership role among 5 people in facilitating the formation of a new political party. The meeting took place at the Shore Park complex, where many former members of the PDP gathered to discuss the way forward. Augustine said that the new party will not be a replica of any other party which has existed in Tobago. Instead, it will solely develop its identity and constitution based on a democratic process. The party name and symbol will be voted on at a subsequent meeting on April 17th. Meanwhile, political leader of the Unity of the People, Nkosi Phillips, called on the media to boycott coverage of the Buku goat and crab races. A notice went out to the media informing them that photographers must pay an accreditation fee of $1,500, while videographers must pay $6,500. According to Phillips, the Buku Village Council always had a policy of free access to the media for coverage of Tobago's most popular event. Further, Phillips called on the THA to withhold funding from the goat and crab races until the Buku Village Council can account for how previous subventions were spent. And nationally, St. Augustine MP Khadija Amin called on the government to address the increase in cases of school violence. She added that there's an upsurge in school dropouts, which is also raising concerns. According to Amin, the government must be held accountable for the recent developments because they have the responsibility to ensure schools are safe environments for students to learn and grow, including implementing policies and practices that promote a culture of nonviolence and respect. She said the government failed to provide enough guidance officers and social workers in schools while teachers are underpaid. And that was the news in 90 seconds. Well, viewers, we have so much happening within our space. We had that launch of, the formation, or the beginnings of the formation of a new political party, which happened yesterday. And it's certainly interesting to see where this is going to take us. We are looking forward. I mean, the Chief Secretary, Fali Augustine, said that it's going to be different. It's not going to look like any other party within the space that has ever existed, which means that it's going to, there's going to be some difference to it. They say that they're going to be learning from the mistakes of the past, because we've seen a lot of parties come and go. However, this one is supposed to be different. What was interesting was to see that the turnout that they received, it seemed as though many people were interested in being there. So quite a lot happening. Viewers, we're supposed to have online with us the president of Tutor, Mr. Martin Lumpkin, to also discuss some issues happening within our education system. Good morning and welcome to you, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. How are you? It's always a pleasure to be on your program.
Yes, and certainly, we've had a lot of issues popping up within our education system. It seems as though cases of school violence continues to be on the rise. We're seeing more and more reports of it, and there's a lot of fingers being pointed as to who is responsible or who should be the ones to rein it in. So as the president of Tutor, what is Tutor's position on school violence?
So firstly, I want to point out that school violence is not a new topic. It is not a new issue that faces the schools throughout Trinidad, more so in Trinidad than in Tobago. And seem to be reactive. Every time an issue pops up in a school, we go in, we highlight it. And I also want to point out, since the proliferation of number of videos on social media, that has also increased the awareness as well too, because we're seeing a lot of videos going around in social media involving school children. And we also are very concerned the number of female students being involved. In the past, it used to be the male students acting out, and getting into these incidents. However, we're seeing more recently the female students acting out. And so it's not a new issue. However, we have to stop the blame game and we have to put aside party politics. Tutor is not about party politics and blaming which government, who didn't do what, who's supposed to do what. Let us all come together because it affects each and every one of us. Crime on the whole affects each and every one of us. And we have to have these serious conversations, ask the difficult questions, and then proceed in implementing measures from all angles, not only from the Ministry of Education, not only from national security, but from civil society, faith-based groups. We have to come together because if we throw our hands up in the air, we are going to lose a generation and we're going to lose our nation, our beautiful nation on a whole.
Certainly. Now, you pointed out something that's quite interesting, that there's a rise in female students engaging in acts of violence within the schools. Do you have any indication or any sort of reasons as to why we're seeing that increase among girls?
We don't have any facts or any statistics or even any research. And that's one of the challenges we have in our country, actually doing local research, primary research, and getting into it. However, in the past, we would have been focusing on our male students and interventions and programs to help them. And to a point, we have been neglecting our female students as well too, because we feel that the female students are a bit more passive and so, but they have their issues that they face as well. And let's be real, coming out of the pandemic, where the lockdown as such, where we did not have interventions when the students came, well, meaningful, let me say meaningful, because there were some level of interventions. However, it was not sufficient to deal with the 2+ years that these children were locked down and at home and not able to socialize properly. And so we have not had that meaningful conversation and intervention. Now, we speak about Student Support Services Division, which is, to me, a brilliant aspect of the education system. And they are understaffed, under-resourced. However, we have what we call guidance counselors, and we are utilizing some of them who are not fully certified or qualified to actually do psychosocial intervention. And so the system needs professionals like that, child psychologists, and so to really get to the root of some of the problems that our children are facing. Let's face it, when I was growing up, when you were growing up, the issues that we faced is quite different to what they are facing now.
Certainly.
Right? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
Yeah,
and I mean, I was going to add, we have the complication of the pandemic, and I know that we're still in the early stages of coming out of the pandemic, but do we know what are the major issues that our children are being faced with? What are the implications of the pandemic on the mentality of our students? Because, I mean, 2 years, it's quite a long time in a child's life, and it does leave an impact.
Yes, it does. And unfortunately, again, I'm pointing out that we have not done the adequate research, and we are, as adults, we are guessing and we are taking for granted what some of these children are going through. However, we really sat down with these children, had the conversation, asked them, what is going on? How do you feel? We always, in our end, as adults, take for granted. We really do not actually, well, some of the cases. I don't want to be too broad in terms of that, because we have instances where we have schools and educators would do the necessary counseling and interventions and deep, questioning. But there are some that we take for granted. And it's something that, needs to be done as well. We need to listen to our students, listen to our young people, and not always try to give them the solutions. Get it out of them. What do they need? what do they require. And I also have to say, some of them do not have the type of support at home in the community that others have as well too. And the school, the community, the NGOs, the other agencies need to bridge that gap between what is being lost at the home and what society is giving them. Because we always point out that the school is a microcosm, it's a reflection of what takes place in the society. The schools and faith-based organizations are supposed to be sanctity, and we are seeing that they are being breached right now. Last week, just before the SCA at Shogunas, the Siram Memorial Hindu School, bandit breached the security just before the SCA, the night before, because they were doing some repairs. And so you're seeing persons and individuals breaking into schools because they feel that they can get financial gain. But what about the respect for these institutions? And the question has to be asked, are we really fulfilling the needs of these children in these institutions? Do they really see the the necessity and the respect for these organizations, such that they will not breach the sanctity of these institutions?
Certainly.
And yeah.
Yes. I was also going to ask, do you think that the Ministry of Education is serious about ensuring that guidance counselors, social workers, enough of them are present at the schools to support the work of teachers? Because a lot of times teachers are the ones that are able to pick up on some of these issues with the students, but with the workload that teachers have to face, it is sometimes difficult to, extend that assistance. And they need the people like the social workers and the guidance counselors who have more knowledge and more skills with those things are concerned to help support these teachers. So is the Ministry of Education serious?
I would say they are not as serious as they should be. They are trying, yes, I will give them that. And that is because of the resources, and they always lament about the financial resources that they have. However, I want to say generally, the government can find the finances for things that they deem to be important. We are saying this is education, and the interventions necessary in education is serious enough for the government to find the financial resources in order to have the necessary systems in place. And I want to also point out, you spoke about the workload of our teachers. Most of our teachers are not even qualified to diagnose and to give the necessary interventions. And so we cannot administer any sort of intervention, or even come up with a diagnosis. We need professionals to do that, especially when you're dealing with the younger minds, impressionable minds. You need to have that focused intervention. And so again, I'm saying the ministry can be more serious. They can find the funds, because this is necessary, and this will alleviate in the future from the other aspects of, as the children go up the education ladder. It will assist, and so once you get these solutions and intervene in time, then you're preventing. So the saying we had, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure, will apply in this case.
Certainly. And, when it comes also to, the payment for teachers, I mean, the teachers' salaries, we know that was a concern, that whole issue about, what the increase should be and the negotiations with the CPO. What's the update on that?
So we are in the process of providing evidence and arguments to the special tribunal. So just to remind the public that after a few months of meeting with the chief personnel officer, the Minister of Finance would have referred our salary negotiations to the special tribunal of the industrial court. That was around October, November last year. And so we have been liaising with our 2 attorneys and a public sector economist in preparing evidence and arguments. I want to point out our teachers are lamenting. They are feeling it in their pockets when they go to groceries. We have not had any salary increase since 2014. And so teachers are living on 2014 salary, trying to struggle through 2023 cost of living rises. And we have to point out, and we are always adamant and strong about this, teachers are not just an ordinary group of professionals. We contribute highly, actually the most, to national development and to human resource capacity building. And you have to you have to treat teachers as they deserve it. Yes, we have 1 or 2 bad mangoes, eggs in the basket, but you cannot broad-basely lament and judge teachers on that. The majority of teachers go beyond the call of duty. They have the best interests of their children at heart. And in order for us to perform properly, we need to be remunerated properly in order for us to survive. And I must point out, teachers dip into their pockets to help their students, to help their schools, buy resources and so. How are you expecting them now to have that psychological peace of mind in order to continue? Yes, they have been doing it, but it is becoming increasingly difficult. And at some point in time, it's going to break them. They are humans like everybody else, and they have families to look after as well too. And so it was unfortunate that we are in this place. However, I want to assure all of our members, all of our teachers, that tutor is doing its utmost best in order to get a good result at the industrial court. We are not negotiating again. We are before the special tribunal of the industrial court, where evidence and arguments have to be presented and cases being built. And so we are working on that. We cannot, and I must point out, we cannot say how the court will rule, but we are going to do our utmost best because teachers deserve the best.
Are you hopeful that there would be a ruling somewhat in your favor?
I am always hopeful. I am almost always optimistic in getting the best for teachers. However, I have to say again, we don't know how the judges in the special tribunal will rule. We are going to be putting our best foot forward, putting the best arguments based on the economy and what the Minister of Finance himself has been saying, that the economy is growing. And so we are going to present a case where there can be payment in terms of what we are presenting based, and I have to say, based on the external labor market survey, not percentage increase just across the board, but based on the external labor market, what the market is saying that the teachers are supposed to be paid. And we are not calling for 100% closure. We are mindful of the economic situation. However, we are saying let us be fair, let us be equitable in terms of distribution, in terms of what we deserve and what we contribute to society. Please permit me. In the 80s and 90s, we were going through similar situations. And what we found was that teachers were migrating. They were leaving their jobs in Trinidad to go to the North America because they were attracting our teachers to come up there. We have a similar situation here. The North America, they need teachers. Our economic situation is such that we have not been paid an increase since 2014. Are we mindful that that can take place once again? Are we assured that our teachers would not look for greener pastures and we will have what we call a brain drain in Trinidad and Tobago and have to rebuild what the government invested in? Because they invested in the Teachers College years ago. They invested with Gate for persons to do their undergraduate and to come into the teaching system. Are they willing now to lose all of that because teachers have to seek what is in their best interest at some point in time, and they maybe, I'm not saying that it will happen, but they may be attracted to other places outside of Trinidad and Tobago.
All right. Well, I want to thank you so much, Mr. Lumpkin, for being able to speak with us and give us your perspective on what's been going on as the president of Tutor, because, of course, education is an extremely important part that deserves some serious attention.
Thank you very much, and it's always a pleasure to be on your program.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Well, viewers, we've got a lot more coming up for you on the program, so please don't go anywhere because we'll be back right after this.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash in transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Yeah. Hey.
Tobago updates.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. And viewers, we are getting ready to head into the Easter weekend. And of course, Easter in Tobago, it means goat and crab races, car show, a whole lot of activities, including kite flying. So, to speak to us about a special competition coming up, such an event coming up over the weekend, we have Miss Marsha Holder, and she's the president of the Glen Road United Association for their annual kite flying competition and fun day. Good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on Tobago Updates. Thank you.
So we're after the pandemic and we're seeing the return of kite flying and that sort of fun activity. So tell me about this return and the amazing plans that you have for this weekend.
Well, this is our second year. We started it last year because, you know, we were all locked down and so on. We themed it Look Up. And with that in mind, we came on Tobago Updates to let persons know, yes, there is something happening. Bring your kites. And Tobagonians came out. And we had a fantastic day. So not only did we have the competition in kites, because we had different segments, we also had fun day with games and novelty events for the children, eats, drinks, and it was really an awesome day. So this is our second year. We said, well, we had such a resounding support for the event, so we wanted to put it on again. Yeah, and that's why we're having it for a second year.
All right, great. So tell me about, you know, when is it happening and where?
Well, it's going to be this Friday, Good Friday. We start at 11 until about 4 or 5. Mind you, Tobagonians go until 6. It starts at 11, Good Friday. We have a number of events. So we have the kite flying, and that will happen in different segments because we have the best Easter kite, the smallest kite, the youngest competitor under 5. We have the most colorful kite. So we have a number of events. Junction Boys came last year with their massive kite. and that was so awesome to see. Other groups came as well with their kites, so we're hoping that they come in again, and we just come out to have fun, right? It's not a paid event, so you can come in free, come with your cooler. There will be drinks and eats on sale, but it's just family oriented. We still are going to be observing protocols with respect to COVID and so on. We're going to be having the bouncy castle, the go-kart, that's from Fun Fun. They will be there, one of our part sponsors. So it's just a major, major event. We also have Amplia on board this year. They are coming in as a part sponsor. We have CRM Associates. They always support us with events. So we have a number of people coming in, and then we have the membership of the group that largely is funding this event for our community.
Now tell me a little bit about the Glen Road United Association. Who are you guys?
Well, we are people from Glen Road. We are persons currently living in Glen Road, persons from Glen Road who live in Trinidad, persons from Glen Road who live abroad. And we came together in 2020. At that time, there was the issue of the prison, and we advocated for its removal, which occurred. And then because we were in one space and we started getting to know each other again, we felt that it was important to, as a group, see about the needs in our community and give back. And since 2020 to now, we have been actively working every 3 or 4 months a year. There is an event that we put on in our community. It is largely funded by the membership. And so we're starting to co-op corporate sponsorship and so on for some of our community projects. But we are a registered group, so we work under all groups within the Village Council will work under the Village Council. And that's basically just Glen Roadians taking care of Glen Roadians.
And we are going to get a bit more into that in just a bit, but we got to take a quick break, so please don't go anywhere.
It's time to go.
Geld in die eigene
We'd like to.
Tobago, here's the real deal. Nothing sweeter than when your internet fast all day, every day. I telling you, it's real nice when your home internet and TV package fit your budget. Well, if that's what you want, you're safe with Digicel Plus. Sign up or switch to Digicel Plus now and pay $0 for 1 month. Plus, plans start as low as $199 and you get installed for free. Visit digiceltt.com or a Digicel store now.
Step to security, but a possible access point for guns, drugs, crime. If it does not look right, do the right thing. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously. 800-8477. Report possible border crime.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. If sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry. If times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tattle will always be here for you. Never worry about a thing. Tattle, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. And yes, viewers, we are continuing to speak about the annual Kite Flying and Family Day Fun competition that's happening on Good Friday and being hosted by the Glen Road United Association. And joining us is another member, Miss Renwick. How are you? Good morning and welcome to you.
I'm fine, thank you. I'd like to say good morning to all our listeners.
And just before we went into the break, we were discussing about, the Glen Road United Association and just the formation of you guys. But this competition, this kite flying competition, is also geared towards, bringing the community together and helping with other projects that in the community. So tell me about those projects that you guys want to get into.
Well, as you know, kite flying, I think, comes naturally to a lot of us in Tobago.
Oh, yes, it does.
It was a Christmas occasion, it was a Christmas function, but now it has transcended into the Easter because the breeze at Easter time is beautiful, it's strong, it's lovely. And this togetherness would have brought on many more other functions, many other events in our group. We have in July, August, the Tiny Tots Conference, which we held last year, and it was marvelous because the little children were taught table manners, they were taught how to speak Spanish, they were taught how to make small snacks for themselves, and because of that, they went home and demanded that their parents allow them to make their own sandwiches and their own cheese paste and their own this and that, and it was well attended, oversubscribed as a matter of fact. And we are hoping to host it again this July, August. At Christmas, we have our normal hampers giveaway. For July, August as well, if I should just track back, we give out school supplies, school bags, sometimes school shoes for some of the students who are not privileged to be able to get them easily. But we don't tout our own horn too much because lots of people like to know they get things, but they don't want it to be blast all over the place. So we do a lot of those kinds of events.
Now, I mean, we've seen quite a bit of villages come together within the space. It seems as though there's like a change that's happening, and communities are deciding that, we need to come and take care of our own and, see what we can do to uplift the residents. So tell me about, just being able to get this going and started.
Well, you are so right that communities coming together because when we started, it was out of adversary that came. We got goodness out of it. But when we actually decided to form a group in the community to help other people, we were certainly amazed and dumbfounded at the amount of people who were out there suffering. Simple. Well, you could say Glen Road is now Scarborough. Simply like in Scarborough. The elderly, there was some elderly that we had also to take care of. I mean, even to buy Pampers. And these are small things that people look over, but they are very, very needy. And we had a different age group. We had the young, the old, we had the middle-aged people. We encompassed the Darrow Spring area as well, and the Wilson Road area as well. And we have our meetings during the COVID. We had our Zoom meetings, and with those meetings, we continue with those meetings. But we have a foreign-based crew as well, who the Zoom meetings would facilitate our meeting better together, getting better together to meet. The Zoom meetings facilitated that, and so we continue in that vein. And most of them would have tried to come down for the Easter. We have a couple of them right now because everybody wants to help.
I mean, Tobago is a place to be for Easter anyways.
Yes. And then the ground work, they call us the people on the ground. The people on the ground, it's hard work, so we would have appealed to them. So we have a couple of them here helping us with the kite flying competition.
And also, to add to that, we see with the foreign-based group that they have their work to do up there. So they even advocate on behalf of the group because we are registered. So we have documentation that allows them to approach on behalf of the group. We are able to do toy giveaways in Easter. We normally used to do it at Christmas time, but we pushed it to Easter. So every child that comes and runs or throws or participates is, you know, surely guaranteed to walk away smiling. And they work really hard to send down that barrel of toys from the little ones to the bigger ones. And so therefore, they do a lot of work out there and then do all that is necessary to get it to us here. And then we have to do the work on the ground. So they're always, you know, in touch with Tobago Updates. You all aired it last year. So that gave them the opportunity. I mean, we would send pictures, but they were able to be on live, you know, and go crazy and get to see. They were really, really excited with Junction Boys when they were going up in the air, and you all facilitated that. So we were really, really great. We are grateful to Tobago Updates for giving us that exposure that allows others to know that the group exists and that these are some of the events that they can participate in. And Nevlin is saying that ideally when we started, our catchment really was Glen Road, Darrell Spring, and environs encompassing Scarborough, even Colour Hall to an extent. But over the years, because this is 3 years now since we started, we are servicing all of Tobago. So we have sent things to Mariah, we have gone to Crown Point, we've been in Bell Garden, we've been in Goodwood. You know, even last year for the Kite Flying, people came from the countryside to participate. So it is really a group that is reaching out to others in the Tobago diaspora, and they are recognizing that we exist and they are supporting us. The need is real, and we have seen that the need change over time. So persons that we would have assisted will say, well, this year we are okay, you know, tell me how I can work with you to help another group. And then when we had the issue of the floodings, a lot of persons, families lost stuff. And so they would have reached out to the group. That's why Nevlin will speak to us giving other things. In addition to just the books and the school bags and so on, we had to assist with other school supplies and target particular children. So this airing for us, even though we don't want to be that public, we understand the need to let Tobago know that Glen Road United exists. Glen Road United is working. We are regular working people coming together to ensure that, you know, the standard of living of our neighbor is equal, if not comparable. Yeah.
And our viewers, after hearing their hearts and just hearing what motivates them, well, you all should get on board. And Good Friday, you all should come out.
Definitely.
And so to remind the viewers, what they'll be experiencing on Good Friday.
Yes, because I was speaking to this lady. She overheard me telling someone else about the kite flying competition. She said, girl, I have a boy at home. Every day he's making a kite. I have no more sheets. No more sheets. All my sheets are going into Kite here. I said, that is the gentleman that I would like to have on Brandon Grounds on Good Friday. She said, Kite, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is his food. That is his food. I said, yes, bring him, bring him. She said, of course I'm going to bring him. That is his, I said, this is the best outlet for him on Friday.
So they will come and they will be able to fly their kites. Of course, they will participate in the competition, and then it will be open to all.
And there are prizes for everybody?
There are prizes for everybody, especially for the novelty events. And then we are attempting to give cash prizes for the competition itself, the kite flying competition. So they will have a time period in which to get their kite into the air based on the segment they're competing in. And then they have a 5-10 minutes, however the period is. At the end of it, they can pull on the kite, and when we run the other event, and then the winner is a judge based on non-partisan, impartial judges, and we give out the cash prizes at the end. The toys and those giveaways, those happen during the novelty events. So the running, the bunny hop, all of those, they will be receiving prizes for those. We have bouncy castle, we have the go-kart, we have food, eat. It's just a day of fun for everyone.
And what time does this begin on Good Friday?
We hope to begin at 11 o'clock, but all the kite flyers have to pay a small registration fee as long as you come with a kite. A small registration fee, and we hope to begin like about 11 o'clock.
What is the fee?
We have it between $20 and $25.
So very small.
Very small.
right?
Yes.
So from about 11 o'clock on Good Friday.
Definitely.
Yeah, but we'll be there from before, so they could still fall in.
All right, great. All right, well, viewers, so, if you're looking for a family fun event, you heard the Glen Road United Association and the work that they're doing, so come out and support them, come out and have some fun, and yes, enjoy some good kite flying in Easter.
Really exciting stuff.
All right, great.
Yes.
I want to thank you both for being on with us. I don't know if did you have anything else that you wanted to mention before we go?
No, just come. Just come, Tobago, come. That day is going to have a number of events, but if you just want to be in a safe space, controlled environment, plenty fun, our DJ, musician is going to have us having an exciting time, so come out. There's room for everybody. Everybody.
All right, great. Well, I want to thank you both for being on with us, and viewers are going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more.
Thank you.
To wake up and hear my neighbor, 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun, we are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated one. Do more, live more. Do more, live more. This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Do more, live more.
Tobago is Easter, so join us. Call Thorns Place 745-7306 or 682-8676 and book your stay now. Rooms as low as 200 TT. Message us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. Just a 5-minute drive from the Scarborough Port. Tobago is Easter, so join us.
Our national borders, our first step to security, but a possible access point for guns, drugs, crime. If it does not look right, do the right thing. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously. 800-8477. Report possible border crime.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry if sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry if times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Yeah. Hey.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. And well, viewers, yes, as we continue to talk about we're getting into the Easter weekend, there's so much happening. And, you know, if you're looking to get some little fitness or some little exercise in the middle of, you know, the car show and the goat race and the parties and all these other things, well, you need to check out Daniel Vincent with Extreme Fitness for a special event that's happening. So good morning and welcome, Daniel. How are you?
Good morning, Candice. I'm fine. Happy to be here again.
Yes, and Extreme Fitness is gearing up for something awesome this weekend.
Yes, Hike the Trail 5th annual. Yeah, great about that this year again.
Okay, so give me some details about the Hike the Trail.
Well, where to start, to be honest, because every year it just got great. Well, from the last interview that we had,
yes,
although we kept it on a Friday, now we are back on our original date, since this year is going to be the 5th annual one, since we followed up. Last year had a great turnout. We had over 250 people attending. So I know this year it's going to be more. We didn't do a pre-registration because we wanted to get the full total for this one. So we're going to do that on the date. And we're going to get a nice tally up of how many people go, how many people return. So we should have a safe, enjoyable hike this year.
And where is it taking place this year?
Right. So we're back at Annersville.
Back at Annersville,
We're back at Annersville. So this year we did a lot of changes on the trail. 80% of the trail is new. New, more different scenery, add a few more beach views and nice campsites that people could actually bring their families when they're ready to go do their own personal journeys exploring the outdoor nature. And there's It's going to be fun.
And you know, one thing that you guys have been doing is marking these trails.
Yes.
And making sure
definitely.
that, you know, even after the event is done, you know, people can have an idea of what are some safe paths to take.
Yes, definitely. So what I did this year, I actually got in collabs with the individuals who live in the community of Culloden and Golden Lane. And they are the farmers, they are the pastors, we just call them, the guys who just take care of the cows. Yeah. So they actually showed me a bit more of the trail. Because I didn't want to make it as person say, well, we come the 4th, 3rd, 2nd. So this year, they showed me so much more. And I was like, okay, people are going to love the scenery of these places. And I can't wait for Friday.
And you know, it tells you that, you know, Tobago has so many hidden gems, so many little secrets and paths. I mean, and it's only when you go exploring that you could find these places.
Totally. Because for the past 4 that we kept, one of the trail that was new is actually, we have been passing the trail every single year. And I was aware, luckily for the dry season, that's where it actually came on board to say, okay, we could use this part, it's a new way, then you're going to see a different side of the hills, different locations to go for the trail.
Right. And, you know, and of course, because as you mentioned, it's dry season, so the views are unobstructed.
Definitely. Definitely. The views are amazing. Like, you could see Patience Hill, you could see down into Culloden Bay itself. Right now, the beaches are so low on that side, which is the Caribbean side. The fishermen and them boat are actually tilt on the shore within the water, and that was amazing to see. And I can't wait, to be honest.
You can't wait.
I can't wait.
All right, so how do people get on board? Right. How do they
So we had all the social media marketing, exploring. We actually have people from the US visiting for the Easter, so they're going to be on board. There are actually camps and NGO organizations from Trinidad as well. And we have our local people here, fitness groups, churches. We have the youth organizations like the Police Youth Clubs, and a couple other NGOs. Shout out to the Inspired Us for Success community youth group. It's a group of students across Tobago from different high schools. They're about youth development and entrepreneurship and support and fun. And they're amazing kids to be a part of the foundation, which are more for the youths as always.
Certainly. And it is happening when?
Good Friday. So let me break it down for you all now. The assembly time is 6 a.m. We leave in 6:30 a.m. at Anna's Vale. I actually sent out the location point. I actually did videos for where we're starting. I did a tease of the views and the, just to gas people up.
Yes.
So it's definitely going to be fun.
And how, is there a number they can call?
Right. My contact number is 293-6836. Also Donnie Vincent, also Extreme Fitness on Instagram. Very easy to reach, so it's not that hard to find me. We've been getting calls on how the trail is. The rate of the trail is actually a 6. So out of 1 to 10 is very 6. Easy, and it's not that challenging, although there's like the Jesus Hill, which everybody always know, which is...
well, that's always a challenge. But, funny enough, it might be a good challenge for Good Friday.
Yes, it is. It definitely is. It's going to be a definitely good challenge. The height of that hill, when we just did the total, is 675 feet off from the ground. So that is a nice height and scenery for everybody to come and enjoy.
All right. And and then, of course, no excuses.
No excuses. Hike the trail, no excuses, definitely. I just want to say thanks to all the sponsors. I can't say all, but like for Mycon Marketing, 4J Distributors, Lucas Aid is actually on board this year.
Nice.
We have the local Chef P, Sandra Bakery, Arcade Vegetables, and so much more. Hydrite Water, which a brand from Trinidad came on board. So I'm grateful for all the sponsors, and it's just happy to see that the hike is not just about fitness, but bringing out families and togetherness, and I'm just grateful for it.
All right, so viewers, now if you're looking for something exciting to do for the Easter weekend in the midst of all the other, light activities, get some fitness in and, experience a side of Tobago that you've never experienced before.
Definitely.
So, extreme fitness, hike the trail, no excuses.
Queer. Yes, that's my slang. Everybody know that like queer.
All right, viewers. So thank you for being with us and get connected with Doniel if you want to be part of Hike the Trail that's happening on Good Friday. It's certainly something you don't want to miss. So thank you for being on with us.
Always having your support. Grateful for it.
All the time. And viewers, thank you for being locked on, and have a wonderful, safe and productive day, and we will see you again tomorrow.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise. The energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong.